Today I'm going to talk to you about downward dog. So it's a really common yoga pose, but one that's actually really tricky to get right. So taking a close-up of the hands. Now a lot of people, when they go into downward dog, they don't have a solid hand position. This makes it really difficult for them to get the strength into the arms that they need. So placing your hands really carefully before you do anything else is really important, and you can do this when you're on your knees before you actually go up into the pose. So instead of having hands that are kind of loosely resting onto the floor and fingers that are just lightly touching, we want to spread the hands really nice and wide, making sure that you can feel the whole of your hands, so all the way along your fingers should be pressing down really firmly into the mat. So the focus in downward facing dog should be getting a nice long spine. It's not about trying to get your heels down onto the floor and trying to get your legs straight. So once you've got your hands in position and you're feeling strong in the upper body, then you can start to bring in the feet. So we want to tuck the toes under and try and make sure that as much of the toes as possible are down onto the floor. And then we're going to start to push into the hands and lift the knees up off the floor, keeping the knees bent as you push into the hands, finding strength in the shoulders, lifting the hips back and up and keeping the knees bent until you find length through the whole spine. So you should be able to see a nice long line from my hands all the way up to the hips. And only when you've got this nice length in the spine, then can you start to straighten the legs out and let the heels come down towards the floor. But remembering that's not the aim of the pose. The aim of the pose is length in the spine. So what I often see is people trying to get their legs straight and get their heels to the floor, and that means that their back starts to round and it ends up looking a little bit more like this. So once you're up into the pose, I want you to start bringing the shoulders away from the ears. So at the moment my shoulders are hunched up towards the ears, and we want to start bringing the shoulders away from the ears. So imagining that your shoulder blades are moving down the back and out towards the sides, and you're gently rotating the upper arms out and away. And once you've got your nice strong position, then you can start to maybe shake the head from side to side and just make sure that the head is hanging nice and heavy. There should be no tension in the neck as you look between the legs. Now, if like me you get a bit tired practicing this in the full pose, here's a couple of options for you. You can come into hands and knees and then stretch the hands forwards to the front of the mat, and then practice the lengthening of the spine and the pushing into the hands while you're down on your knees. If you want to do it standing, you can place your hands onto a chair and then walk the feet back until you're getting that same lengthening in the spine. So I hope you find this useful, and do let me know how you get on with your downward dog practice.